On the first day of working from home, my first kind of telephone. This was before Zoom telephone meeting. We'd arranged to meet with one of the country's finest playwrights, Sue Smith, who is here tonight. Who had, this meeting was ready to happen in person, and then we had to have it on the telephone. And Sue had said to us that she wanted to turn a novel by one of Australia's finest novelists, Charlotte Wood, who is also here, into a play. And the description that Sue gave of why this exquisite novel wanted to be a play was really beguiling. And I can still remember sort of like this sort of something that was just like a notion on a page at a kind of grim time, kind of flourishing in my imagination, and I feel like I've held on to it ever since then, and have been wishing for it ever since then. So I want to introduce neither of you two, because writers just write. And I want to introduce you to the great Belinda Giblin, who I shall just say is wearing glasses for a reason. Yes, she's not just being highfalutin. Yes, yeah. Belinda Giblin, ladies and gentlemen. Belinda, the glasses, like the character in the play, what's the common theme between?
Ageism, I guess. I can't see anybody, of course. I had a cataract operation 2 days ago, so I look like something from the land of the living dead. I look like a zombie, actually, so I don't want to frighten you. I cannot tell you how excited I am to actually see the writer here, whom I never expected to see. And Charlotte, I had actually read the book 2 days later. I was asked to do the play. And I thought, this was meant to be, this was meant to be.
That's like something that might happen in the story, actually.
Absolutely.
I don't know if those of you who have read it will know the story, but it's the story of three old friends. There used to be four old friends who gather to pack up the house of their recently deceased friend in order to sort of find some way to, just practically rearrange things. But of course, death and the passing of time, especially for women, is not a simple practical matter. Is that a description of what's
Yes,
going on?
I think in their grief they have to reevaluate and possibly renegotiate their friendships and also reevaluate themselves. They've known each other for something like 30 plus years. They're all in their early 70s, as I am, very early 70s. So they're also forced to face the prospect of ageing, of invisibility, of irrelevance to some extent, of missed opportunity, of their ailments, but mainly their friendships and how to adjust to their friendships as they are now. And I think friendships are ever changing. The interesting thing, and the reason I'm loving doing this play, is that I was at Sydney University way back in 400 years ago. No, it was 1968. It was during the Vietnam War, during the moratorium marches. I remember walking down George Street with a beret and thigh-high boots and a mini skirt, the perfect activist, and really thinking I was something else. But the friends I made at university are still my very dearest, closest friends, all four of them. So much of this play is identifiable for me, and I would suggest for a very large percentage of the theatre-going demographic. I mean, who's had a bloody cataract operation? Hands up, come on. Surely, yes.
One of the things
There's so much
that
to identify with.
One of the things that Charlotte, that you said when we first met about this was, and I asked why you wrote it, and you said that you'd just been watching your mother's friends, mother-in-law's friends, together, and that you thought it was kind of funny and really interesting how awful and terrible and rude they were to each other, and that the total honesty of it was part of the seed of it. Did I just give something away? What I'm trying to say is that there's great joy inside this as well. This stage is really, amongst the many things this particular stage is good at, is taking what is utterly familiar, very local, very known to us all, and finding the high drama inside and the ordinary and the familiar, and redeeming that or honouring that. And Sue's script has done that of Charlotte's novel. It's going to be directed by Sarah Goods, who I think is one of the finest, most precise directors in this country. Yeah. And then when you add to that Belinda, as well as Tony Scanlon, as well as Melita Urisic, then there is an extraordinary group of women taking control of the stage. And a dog, yes.
Magic realism.
We'll see how that plays out.
But it's
there
so
is a dog.
exciting, and it's going to be so. They're so full of humour and resilience and joy and dare I say, mutiny even. Wouldn't you agree? So you wrote the damn thing. What am I telling you this?
The Weekend by Charlotte Wood, written as a play by Sue Smith with Belinda Giblin.
Playing the actress. Thank you.